We were on TikTok the other day, and we keep getting these TikTok videos of shirtless Ned. You're wondering, who's Ned? Why is he shirtless? Ned Fulmer, as in the former Try Guy, casted out for his cheating scandal. That Ned Fulmer, he's shirtless, and he's in this ring full of sweaty men, and he's touching these other sweaty men. He's wrestling. I don't know why he's wrestling. And my husband was like, who is he again? And I'm like, it's Ned Fulmer. And then pulling up my phone, I go to YouTube, I show him the video with Ned Fulmer and his wife Ariel, the podcast that went viral 3 months ago. And then he goes, wait, so this is his wife? I'm like, ex-wife. He's like, wait, so he cheated, but they're doing a podcast? I'm like, how do you not know anything that's going on? So this entire episode is dedicated to my husband. What do you know about the situation?
He cheated. And they broke up, right?
So that's what today's episode is going to be about. And I do want to say that our YouTube feeds are just so drastically different because I don't know how he doesn't know the entire lore of what happened in 2022. The Harry Styles concert, the pictures, the old BuzzFeed videos, the deleted Anyway, because every time we're on YouTube, like we'll be showering and he will be on his YouTube. He'll be looking at other videos. I'll be looking at other videos. They don't have a single overlap except yesterday. I will say we did watch a very interesting video together.
Okay.
I mean, I know something's happening.
Do you remember that you pitched yourself to Pantene?
Okay, to be fair, I didn't pitch myself. I told them
Can you press play?
Okay.
Wait, can I see?
Before I restart it, can you just please look at this? Do you know how many times I felt this feeling? Or like when you go into the drain and then you pick up the wad of hair? Listen, panic. I'm playing from the start. Presented by PNT Pictures. This feels...
Do you ever feel like everywhere you look, it's there? Like you can't escape it? Is everything all right? I think I'm losing it. At first you brush it off, thinking that it'll pass.
Based on real
Creeps
events.
in, day after day.
Okay, going on. But like, do you know, sometimes my hairbrush, I get so embarrassed by it. I used to have to hide it away because of the amount of hair that would be stuck in there.
Until it's all you see. You have to do something. Where is it coming from?
Coming to a shower near you, a story of unbelievable strength.
It's everywhere.
Her hairbrushes. Ooh. The shedding. The shedding.
This is kind of...
Okay, there's more.
Okay.
Check the drawer.
Check the drawer. Is it that side? Okay, ready?
Oh,
Wait, this picture. Why
What is it?
everyone send me evidence photos? All I ever get are like exhibits. Oh, I know this. I know that feeling. This feeling is the worst feeling because not only do you not understand why you have so much hair that's coming out of the shower, but also now your drains are clogged. That looks exactly like what my hair used to be like. And the pillow one. Are these evidence photos? Today's video is brought to you by Pantene. I've always wanted to do that. Have you seen their commercials? Oh my god, the way Pantene makes their commercials is the coolest thing I saw behind the scenes. And you have a green man in a green suit that does this for you because you want to see all the locks, but it's not as cool when I do it with my own hands. However, if you were in a green suit, like a green screen,
Really?
oh,
I mean, it looks really good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Your hair looks really good too. I wish I could show you. He uses my shampoo. Okay, we started using Pantene and he uses my shampoo. And then he I think he got into it because he started brushing his hair. I've never seen this man. I've never seen him brush his hair in his life. But I will say today's video is brought to you by Pantene. Looking at those evidence photos that we just saw yesterday, it makes total sense why Pantene created the abundant and strong system. When you use the whole system together, you actually see less hair falling out. When I see hair falling out, I start getting in my head and I start feeling stressed about it. And then I start thinking about it throughout the day. And then you always want to clear out the hair in the drain, or when you're brushing it, you want to clean up the hair on the bathroom floor. And so you notice if it's a big amount of hair or if it's a smaller amount, and then you start over analyzing. I will say that my hair started looking and feeling a lot fuller. You give it 6 weeks and your hair becomes stronger and denser. It's not this magical transformation overnight, but it just feels like a very noticeable, real shift that you can feel every time that you're brushing your hair, every time you're cleaning out the shower drain of all the loose hair pieces. After going through this evidence, I feel like we still don't have the full story. And luckily, Pantene created one. There is a full horror-inspired trailer called The Shedding that supposedly ties all of this together. So in the next video, we're going to watch the trailer and finally see what this evidence is leading up to. So to learn more about Pantene's new Abundant and Strong, I feel like I need a green screen, man. To learn more about Pantene's new Abundant and Strong collection, search for Pantene Abundant and Strong. Thank you, Pantene, for partnering on this video and for creating a system that helps people feel supported on their hair journey. And don't forget to follow along with hashtag Abundant and Strong. We're just getting started. Where do you go if you want to commit some nasty, disgusting, filthy moral crimes? In a Poochie outfit. Nasty in a Poochie outfit. You're committing some crimes. Where do you go? Give me the top 3 places that you would go. It's not illegal. It's just morally, ethically not allowed. Where do you go to commit these types of crimes? Where do you go? Okay, here's where I would go. I would go to an alleyway in New York City, one of those small side streets, and I would be with a group of people, because you don't commit moral crimes alone. That's too much for your moral compass. You got to have a group so that you can split out the accountability. You go with the group. You're standing there in the alleyway and you're comparing the fucking condiment bowl that you just stole from the diner that you really shouldn't have stolen, but maybe you're a little drunk and you don't get drunk often, and so you stole it. And you know what? You looked into it, and this restaurant is not owned by a mom and pop shop. Okay, this is a corporate, it's a cheesecake factory. I stole the basket of bread from the cheesecake factory. Fucking sue me. That's probably illegal, actually, okay? But I stole it. They said it's free bread. I took the basket. Are you mad? Probably, but now I'm in this alleyway, nasty, in a Poochie outfit, and I'm asking every single person, did you guys happen to bring a dog? Huh? You're like, what dog? I'm like, oh, never mind. It's just a rat gnawing on my pants then. I really thought this through. I thought through everything. And then we go, ah! And we run, and I drop my bread basket that I just stole. And when I get back home, I don't have the bread basket that I committed moral crimes with. Because that's what I get. That's karma.
Okay.
So if you want to commit nasty, unethical crimes, you go to Cheesecake Factory and then you go to a little side street in New York City. You don't go, however, you do not go to a Harry Styles concert. Harry Styles concerts are strictly for a few things. You go to a Harry Styles concert for good music. You go to a Harry Styles concert if your name is your name and you're trying to get kidnapped. That's it. Those are the only 2 reasons. There's no other reason to go to a Harry Styles concert. And it's definitely the last place you want to go if you're cheating on your wife and kids and you decide, why don't I just go out with my mistress for a fun little date at a Harry Styles concert?
Wait, what was the one that went viral?
This is Ned Fulmer. This is Ned.
No. I know Ned Fulmer.
Coldplay.
Oh, that's a Coldplay concert.
You don't go to a Coldplay concert either. You just don't go to a concert.
Is that the only 2?
Yeah, Coldplay, Harry Styles.
Dang, it's the concerts.
It's I don't know why people would think it's safe either.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's
You're
the
in like
last
a
place. It's like
stadium.
Exactly. There's this, you're surrounded by thousands of people.
And thousands of people with their phones up, like
Exactly.
recording the whole experience
Yes.
too. So I
Yeah.
really don't understand. No, that's weird. That's crazy.
So ballsy.
Where would you go if you were cheating?
In the 21st century,
Yeah.
with the amount of cameras that's out there and the cell phones
Yeah.
out there, how could anybody cheat?
what I'm saying.
Everything you have a digital footprint. There's receipts on everything you do.
Yeah.
Every message, every phone call, every
Even
you know,
every look.
Every what?
Look.
every look.
Like imagine you're like looking at a neighbor while you're opening up the front door and you're checking out her butt. I'll be watching on the camera. I'll be watching on the camera. We have a little snack bar outside for the delivery drivers and we be watching because every single time my family members come over, why are they walking away with groceries? Why are they walking away with enough snacks for the entire week?
It's Mia.
Oh my god, I wish I could show you this video. So we told my nieces, hey, this little snack thing outside, this is strictly for delivery drivers. I got 2 nieces, okay? And the oldest one, Sophie, she's like a rule follower. She's kind of like me, where she's like, okay, if an adult told me not to do it, I'm probably not gonna do it, which means she's gonna get rebellious later. But right now, she follows the rules. So they come in one day from the front door and we see Sophie run past the snack bar.
Also, just so everyone knows, Sophie is like almost 5.
Mia
right?
is 4.
Almost 4.
Yeah. And then Mia comes running in and we had to replay this footage because her left hand, without even looking at the snack bar, chucks a bag of snacks and then she runs into the house. She doesn't look at the snack bar. She doesn't pick and choose. It was like pure convenience. And she run. It was so smooth. And then when she got in, everyone was like, where are we getting all these chips? And I was like, that's a good question. Check the camera. Anyway, everything is caught on film is what we're trying to say. You can't get away with anything in this day and age. Now, Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys is spotted with one of the producers of the Try Guys, the production manager for the Try Guys company, at a Harry Styles concert in New York City. Is that the craziest thing in the world? Maybe not. Perhaps not, okay? A fan runs into Ned and Alex at a Harry Styles concert, asks Ned for a photo because she watches the Try Guys. She's a fan of Ned Fulmer. Well, I don't know if she's a fan of Ned Fulmer, but she's a fan of the Try Guys. She takes this photo and then I guess she just feels weird about it because the whole thing about he's out at a Harry Styles concert with a producer. We don't see his wife anywhere. And then she said, okay, well, maybe it was like a work thing. So she's browsing online, watching all of their socials, and she doesn't see like this big group picture with all the Try Guys team at the Harry Styles concert, because I think that would explain away everything. If I'm not, I mean, this is me guessing and speculating, but perhaps it's the fact that the producer was annoyed when she approached Ned. Because that's very weird. Like, I guess I would imagine if I went out with someone from the Rotten Mango team and then we're like out on the streets of New York and we run into a viewer and they want to take a picture with me and the person who works with us is acting annoyed or seems annoyed. I feel like that would be very odd behavior. It's like, okay, well, this is the reason we have jobs. So like, why are you annoyed? It doesn't make any sense. Like, this is just odd. It's weird. Yeah. And then so she's browsing online and she does see that other producers from the Try Guys team did go to a Harry Styles concert in New York City. But like, you know how a lot of concerts, like they have the Friday night show, Saturday night show, sometimes the Sunday show. They don't see a whole group photo with Ned and Alex with the other producers. So they just thought it was weird. They post it. A lot of people think, okay, well, maybe this is like our constitutional right as an American to just overthink shit, to make shit up online and forget about libel and defamation. And we just be having speculations. We be having allegedly, in my opinion, Your Honor. I said allegedly, Your Honor. Like, we're just having those moments online. But then people start digging up stuff from the Try Guys subreddit, because I would say the initial reaction everybody's having is, no, you don't get it. Ned's the wife guy. They call him the wife guy because the other Try Guys have personalities. Ned, there are literal compilations of him going, my wife, 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 my wife. His whole shtick is that he has a wife and he has 2 children. And like, that's the only reason I think Ned Fulmer is palatable.
Wow. About to off-road it.
Genuinely, it's like the only reason he has any redeeming qualities, because I would say that he's like the least charismatic out of the Try Guys.
What are you trying to say, bruh?
I mean, I wouldn't even say that it compares. He doesn't really have charisma. It's just he's so obsessed with his wife that maybe that's his charisma. And so people are like, no, there's no way. But then someone digs up a post from a year ago. People are going crazy on the Try Guys subreddit. Listen, subreddits are terrifying places. The Try Guys subreddit, September 2022, I bet you it gave them like heart palpitations. Like there's no way that they did not experience medical emergencies because of the subreddit. Like I don't believe it. Anyway, they dig up another post from a year ago. So now we're talking a post from 2021 from the Try Guys subreddit. And it's talking about how, hey, you know that whole guy whose whole shtick is, I love my wife and kids. He was hitting on my friend at the bars in New York City. So people are like, what do you mean? Tell us more. What do you mean Ned Fulmer was hitting on your friend? He's got a whole wife that he's obsessed with. Have you seen the videos? My wife. Have you seen that? And so they elaborate. And this is like an unverified, unconfirmed, could be making it out of their ass. They could be having delusions of grandeur in their head and they're typing it out on Reddit because that's what we do on Reddit. That's like in our Bill of Rights as an American. We make shit up on Reddit. So they're like, okay, so this is what happened. My friend was dancing at the bar and he just kept trying to kiss her neck. Kept trying to get her to grind on him. And she kept trying to move away, but he kept being like, you want to come back to my hotel? Hey, I'll give you backstage passes to our show tomorrow. Because I guess the Try Guys are in town for a show tomorrow. And the commentator is like, and so the whole rest of the night, I'm trying to rack my brain around what the fuck are people paying their show for? Like, why are they going to their show? What could they possibly be doing at their show? Which is oddly rude for a post like this, but came out of nowhere. So this is unverified. People rip them apart in the comment section because this is from 2021.
They ripped the poster apart.
Yeah, they're like, what do you mean? He's not, there's no way. Like maybe you thought it was a different guy. Okay, it's not Ned Fulmer. Maybe he just looked like Ned, which he just looks like a whatever dude. So like probably just looks like Ned. They all kind of look like that.
Ned has a relatively longer distance between his nose and the top of his forehead, which is not considered to be most conventionally attractive. Ned has the softest jawline of all the men, which makes him the most desirable in terms of long-term partnership.
It all makes sense now. So if somebody says you look like you're married, it makes total sense.
Then this gets redug up and people are like, wait a minute, perhaps it could have been Ned. And then another post, September 2022, starts going viral. Multiple people have seen Ned around New York City this week, making out with women at the local bars. It's unfortunate for Ariel, his family, and the Try team, but this is true. People are like, but how do we know it's true? So one of the top comments for that post was saying something along the lines of like, source, I made this up. Being like, you don't even have proof and you're just making stuff up. Source, me. Source, my brain. Like that type of comment. The poster of that and that person start DMing, private messaging, and they start sending all sorts of proof, such as this picture. This picture does not come out for a little while, so this is why things get confusing. But there is a picture that now we have probably all seen is of Ned at a bar making out with Alex, the producer. And people have cross-referenced the dress that she's wearing with the dress that she's already worn on her Instagram with her purse. It's a purse that she owns. Ned looks like he's wearing the same thing that he's worn in other clothes.
Clear? You can see their features? Or
Yeah.
And there were people around them in a public bar.
It's like full to the brim with people. Just watch out because there are allegations they were doing it in a Tesla. Hold on, it gets crazy.
What?
No, it gets so psychotically bizarre. Okay, so all we know now is like this picture hasn't come out yet. We just keep hearing whispers on the subreddit of proof and like someone sent proof and like all of these things are all happening at once. And
That
then
is crazy, huh?
Yeah.
They're just like full on making out
Full
in a
on.
public ass bar.
yeah, and there's other pictures that get submitted later from earlier where they're eating lunch
I'm so confused.
on the side of the street in New York City. Like, you
Like
know
they
this?
don't even wear sunglasses, a hat.
No. Okay, so there's this
Nothing?
picture of them eating lunch in New York City, and it's, you know how like those little cafes, they'll have like the outside seating, and it's like apart from the restaurant anyway. And it's like two people on. It's like a bistro sitting, so it's like one person, and they're all smushed together. Well, it's a picture, so you see all of their bodies, you see the whole table, you see underneath the table and everything because it's just on the streets of New York City. What do you mean, right?
And they're just playing footsie.
No, and this is what's crazy. Just judging from the body language of that photo.
They're doing that.
No, it's not that they're doing it. See, that's the weird thing. It's not a sexual photo. It's not like a hot and steamy photo.
But like,
This photo makes me mad. Okay, it's like you can tell that they're very comfortable with each other. And the part that's worse about that is the fact that like at what point do you get comfortable enough with the person you're having an affair with to sit like that at a dinner? Or like at a lunch.
So how are they sitting?
Okay, so Ned is sitting there and he's leaned back against the chair and his legs are completely outstretched. So he's all up in her table space, which you only do that if you're very comfortable with the person or if you're like the biggest douchebag in the world and everyone hates you and no one will ever sit and eat lunch with you ever again.
Like his legs are under her seat.
Like it's spread wide open, so it's not under her seat, but it's like her legs are in between his legs, but like not in like a sexual way. Does that make sense? Because it's like a small table, and then she's sitting there, and then they look really comfortable in the sense of like they're both on their phones. Now there's speculations that they could be looking at menus because New York City fucking loves doing those QR code menus that will be the death of every single person alive. Okay. Genuinely the worst. It's especially the worst when they like print out the QR code. Now I'm like, you're not even really saving paper. You like printed out all these QR codes and you laminated them all and now you got QR codes floating around everywhere. And then sometimes it doesn't load quickly.
Well, hot take, I like the digital ones.
You like the QR code menu?
Yeah, because it's like so much easier to zoom in and
What? No, but then it like disappears. So you're waiting. Okay, you go to the QR code menu and then you pick out the things that you want, and then you're so anxious because the server is gonna come and take your order, and you're like practicing in your head. Okay, but then you're like, okay, I don't want to be so anxious. I gotta think about other things. So then you're like, go to your email and you're responding to emails or whatever, and then they come and they're like, oh yeah, what do you want? And I'm like, oh my god, and then I go to Safari, but then my little thing is gone. So I'm like, oh my god, do I need to scan the QR code again? It's just not loading because the service is bad. So then now I'm like panicking.
Wow. I'm sorry, that's what you're battling.
Every time that you're not there and I gotta order for myself, that is the experience, okay? And then sometimes if it's like, you know how you put a privacy screen on my phone? And you were like, honey, you need a privacy screen. So then you put that on my phone. Then you can't even be like, can I get this one? And then especially if you're like at a French restaurant and you're like, what's a Vichy sauce? You know what I mean? I don't know what to pronounce. And then sometimes the servers are nice and they go, ooh, that's a good one. And they'll write it down. Or they go, a what? And then you have to go, a Vichy sauce? And they go, a Vichy sauce. And you go, isn't that what I just fucking said? Yeah, no, I'm sweating thinking about this. I'm so stressed.
Why are you so red?
I'm so stressed.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
No, I hate the QR code menu. Someone's gonna put in the comments like a really reasonable explanation of why QR codes exist. And I'm gonna feel like a shit person. So, okay, maybe they're good. I don't know. Anyway, some people are like, Alex and Ned are reading the menus on their phone. That's why they look so comfortable. Other people are saying, no, they're texting their spouses. Damn. Either way, it's bad. It's bad. So at this point, Ned is just not in any of the Try Guys stuff since all of this starts blowing up on Reddit. We don't have that picture from the club out yet. We don't have confirmation.
So all rumors.
All rumors.
Allegations.
But the allegations are semi-confirmed by the fact that Ned's not in any videos. Ned's not in any Instagram posts. He is in one promotional video where it's of all the Try Guys doing something for Food Network. But that seems like it was filmed a long time ago because the Food Network thing has been in the works for a really long time. And it almost seems like an obligation that they have to post it for the Food Network. But other than that, he's not on the tripod. The podcast, the Try Guys have a podcast. The tripod. tripod. I know their naming is like
Tripod.
really good. Like a tripod. He's not on there. And in fact, the next episode is Zach, one of the Try Guys. He's talking about his week and he says, I'm okay, but I'm surviving. Like, it's been a rough week, but I'm surviving. And everyone's like, what are you surviving? Because we have ideas, but are we correct?
When I tell you that, I've had a rough week.
The Try Wives, they also have their own podcast. You Can Sit With Us, which Ariel is also a part of, but she just vanishes from the podcast episodes. So does Ned. Ned's not on the tripod. So we know that something is happening before we know that something is happening. And if you know what's happened in 2022, you know that everyone does come out and they confirm the cheating and it's like a big explosion on YouTube. But before we get there, I have to talk to you about where we are now. So fast forward 3 years later into the good old year of 2025. And it's like, have you ever gone onto a YouTube channel and it's like a corporate erection? I don't have any other words to describe it. It's just what a video feels like.
Corporate erection?
Yeah, it's like a corporate hard-on. It's like a guys in suits in a boardroom that don't know anything about anything, and they're getting bonbons off of these types of videos. Even the banner for this YouTube channel reads, "Building a more curious world." I'm sorry, are you f***ing TED Talk? Okay, it's crazy. It's crazy. It just feels corporate. I can't stop doing the Courtney Cook look, okay? Just feels corporate. And there's videos that are being posted, and this is Ned Fulmer's rebrand. He comes back after this whole cheating scandal 3 years later. He's got 2 channels.
Damn, it's been 3 years?
It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years.
Wow, okay.
He comes back. He has 2 channels. Rock Bottom with Ned Fulmer, which is his podcast channel. And then he has the Ned Fulmer channel. And this Ned Fulmer
He came
channel.
back with 2 channels?
2 channels.
Oh,
2 channels. And this Ned Fulmer channel has been doing some dirty shit. Okay, so the recent viral video, I will say on there. By the way, he's buying views. Allegedly. Ooh, don't sue me for defamation. I think, in my opinion, as someone who's been on YouTube for a minute, he's buying views. Or someone's buying views. Or someone's botting.
Why?
Cause you get a video with 1 million views and tell me why only 400 people have commented. And it's not like a lo-fi music playlist throw in the back type of video. Also, people are only watching him to hate watch. Usually when you have a hate watched video, you're gonna get so many comments. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the views don't make sense. 1 million people watched it and only 400 people have thoughts about it. That's crazy. Okay, and then there's another one where he says, I have MS. So he says, he starts off this video, and this video has recently gone viral, where he's gonna walk 50 miles from Los Angeles to Disneyland to raise awareness for the National MS Society, which he feels very emotionally tied to this entire organization because he was diagnosed with MS back in 2013. He's since been in remission, and he starts walking from Los Angeles to Disneyland, and it's like a you can't stop walking type of thing, because that's how you raise awareness and you're trying to raise money. I think he was trying to raise like $100,000. I think he raised like less than $1,000. It was really bad.
What?
He starts making friends along the way as he's walking. Like, there will be pit stops of people who were told to be there at a certain time, bring him food or talk to him while they're walking. And like, that's cute. Like, the friends he makes along the way are actually very cute. It's like the very wholesome part of the video. They seem like very sweet people. Then at night, he starts walking by himself, and he has to walk 50 miles. And as he's walking, vlog camera style, I gotta show you. And it's sad because, okay, he does have MS. It's not like he's lying about any of this, but a lot of people are upset with him because it seems like he's talking about it purely to make people feel sympathy, because he was diagnosed back in 2013. A lot of people with MS say, hey, listen, MS is so bad, I would not wish this upon my worst enemy in life. Like, it is not something that you want. It's not something you want to get sympathy from people. Like, it's the worst thing ever. Like, you do not want this. It's bad. It's bad. However, MS does not make you cheat on your wife and children. So, like, we don't know why he's bringing it up now.
Hello, friends. I have hit 24 miles. Just the pain in my hips
and my hip flexors is getting pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm like feeling like I'm not able to walk straight anymore.
That feels like a ghost hunting video is what people were saying. Like, why is he crying and doing like dramatic Sam and Colby, like ghost hunter shit movie style? Like,
I hit 25 miles. Wow, I've been walking for 13 hours and 55,000 steps. Ow. I made it to 26.27.
just to give you context, a lot of people say like 26 miles is a regular marathon. So it's actually not like overexertion of your body, especially if you're an able-bodied person. So
I have completed a marathon. That's amazing.
So like people just like making fun of him. Like this is like a really extra video.
yeah.
26.2 miles makes it really tempting to stop.
Like, have I had mental breakdowns such as this? Yes.
Yeah,
Over
every day.
absolutely nothing. Yes. But I don't know if like I would do this after a cheating scandal during a rebrand.
Exactly.
No, the watch that he just It's not funny. It's not funny.
Okay, I think the problem is like he probably made it seem like it's such a struggle. You guys should feel bad.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to feel bad.
For him, yeah.
It's very hard to feel bad.
Anybody else, I probably would feel
maybe
bad.
I'll care a little more, but like,
Yeah. Also, why are you in a fetal position?
Exactly.
Like next to a car dealership and a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, sir, we're just here to buy a Lexus. Like, why are you here right now? Not the sad music. Oh, this is the part people thought was so funny. He's showing off his foot.
Yeah.
And have you ever met a guy? Okay, stop. Sometimes I will meet a guy. Not for like dating, okay, but I'll just meet a guy. It'll be like a family friend who comes over. And you ever see a guy with hands that are as pure as a baby's skin? I think it's crazy. I think it's incredible. Okay, so first of all, I know that you've never worked hard labor a day in your life, but not everybody has to. Not everybody has to. But I also know that you've never built an IKEA bookshelf ever a day in your life, okay? And I also additionally know that you've never washed dishes repetitively with high heat water, just getting in the soap suds, because that naturally does something to your hands. It strips it of its natural oils over time. It becomes a thing. I know that you've never done any of that. His foot is a representation. There's not a single callus.
I was expecting like there's some blood on the bottom or something.
No, it's like perfect baby skin.
Are we analyzing his foot right now?
It's actually like, also his toes are shaped perfectly that they haven't like been scrunched up in some like steel-toed boots. They haven't been like squished in sneakers where he had to like work the back of a restaurant or something. You know what I mean?
Like, what is he
it's
showing
just-
us though?
Oh, there's like a blister right here. Oh, right there.
Oh,
I get worse blisters from a new pair of shoes.
that's true.
I get new worse blisters. A new pair of New Balances? You don't understand. They'll fuck you up. I know we shouldn't laugh,
Oh man.
but like he's so distraught over this.
God, I have a gigantic blood blister here.
Yeah.
I didn't make it to Disneyland, but I am really proud of myself for making it 26.2 miles, the marathon distance.
Yeah, a lot of people, netizens, were also saying, like, I want to be proud of myself the way a mediocre white man like Ned Fulmer is proud of himself. Like, he'd be proud of himself for nothing. Like, you just feel pride.
I'm just feeling a lot of feelings right now. So happy to be done.
Why is your face this? This is your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying it's not the fact that he has MS. A lot of people feel sympathy for that. It's the fact that he is now talking about it at a time like this. Then we go into the next video. So the reason that I'm covering a lot of his recent videos is my husband keeps coming across him boxing. Because I think with the recent like Jake Paul match, even one of the people on our RM team members, she was like, hey, I keep getting TikToks of Jake Paul getting his fucking jaw smashed. And she was like, why would he do that? And I was like, I don't know, he's a loser. And then I looked it up And I was like, oh, never mind. He made $100 million. I'm the loser, okay? We're all losers. No, it was crazy. So I think ever since then, though, they have been pushing the algorithm of like YouTuber in the boxing ring. And so I too have gotten clips of Ned Fulmer in a boxing ring. And I thought that he was going down the Jake Paul route. He's going to start boxing. Turns out it's just for a video where he tries boxing for a day. And they set up, which makes it so much worse. Because when you watch the actual video, he's in the boxing ring. He takes off his shirt. The announcer is like, a social media sensation enters the ring. And I'm like, oh my God, it's getting cheesy. And then people paid to watch this fight go down. The stands are filled with people. Turns out it's for a YouTube video, which means all those people he brought in himself. They're not even paying to watch him fight. He's getting the whole boxing experience without boxing. Okay, no, I think it's wrestling.
So it wasn't like a match.
No.
That, like he makes money on.
He's not making $99 million sitting with their jaw wired shut. Imagine being like Jake Paul's surrounding circle right now. You're like, fuck yeah. He can't even talk. I bet that would be everyone in my circle. She's finally quiet. No, but he's not. He's not getting paid. He paid probably to have this entire video. And he said that this is his alter ego of like a social media influencer, like total asshole. Like I just got off my private jet.
A real asshole, just like LA influencer, you know, playing up the fact that I'm making a YouTube video. Just flew off my private jet.
Yeah. And then at one point, the trainer is like, you got to really step into the persona. Like you got to be a douchebag. That's half of the whole thing with wrestling. It's like, you gotta shit talk. And he keeps doing this thing where he goes up to the camera and he shit talks. And then he's like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Wow. So I'm trying to make myself unlikable.
Where he's like, I'm so distraught, even pretending to be a bad person. Bitch, you're a bad person. I'm so confused.
I don't like him at all.
So he does this the entire video before he goes into the wrestling ring and nothing really happens. And every single video on this Ned Fulmer channel just doesn't make sense. It's like if I went into an AI generator and said, hey, give me a title for a YouTube video, like whatever you think will trend. It's like, I tried pro wrestling. I have MS, blind dating 5 guys and a secret AI, addressing the problem. It's like the most random fucking titles. I got roasted by a professional chef for making like he's ripping off Try Guy videos. He's making recipes without a recipe, which is a Try Guy thing. Without a recipe, yeah.
Okay.
Makes the same exact thing.
Is all his comments filled with like just people making fun of him?
Yeah, but not even a lot of people. Not even a lot of people are in the comments making fun of him.
So people are just not giving him even views.
Like even the blind dating 5 guys in secret AI, it's a dating show that is being hosted by Ned. Okay, this is being hosted by a guy who cheated on his wife and kids. The guy who had to disappear from the internet for 3 years because of his cheating scandal. That guy is going to help someone find love. I don't know what's happening, but like his videos feel like the back rooms. I just have to show you a clip of the video.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer, and welcome to Future Love,
Do you see what I mean by corporate erection?
I see.
show that explores dating, love, and technology in the future. Artificial intelligence has absolutely exploded and taken the world by storm.
Billions of dollars are flowing into this new industry that is supposedly going to change the world with its lifelike dialogue
And uncanny ability to replicate human speech.
I swear AI wrote that. There's no way.
Can an AI trick someone into falling in love with them?
I will be whatever you want me to be.
I don't know the feeling that I get from playing his videos. They feel like they were made for Nickelodeon, a 1 a.m. slot 10 years ago. They feel outdated. They feel kind of weird. The music choice, the lighting, the fonts, the edits. It makes me uncomfortable. Why are you sitting like this, sir? I just don't understand. Why did you have to set up 3 professional cameras for this shot? It would have done better with an A cam. Just 1 camera on the face. We didn't have to see the legs. We didn't have to see your pristine baby feet in those little shoes. This is like the type of video that they wheel out the little cart in school and they make you watch it for school. And like the premise of this video doesn't even make sense. So they're going to be 6 guys. One of them is going to be AI. So all of the answers are AI written. It's like a simple enough concept. Ned's script, just like everything is AI. I don't know how to describe it. The music sounds like recycled soundtracks from HGTV from 20 years ago. It also just gives like corporate safety video training music, but not even good ones. I would actually rather watch an airplane safety videos because those be slapping these days. Have you seen the Philippines Airlines one? That one is so good.
I saw that.
Where she's like, I can't fall in love with you. And then she's like putting her little bags up. So good. I would rather watch that, okay? That eats. The top comments for these video reads, he has the personality of stale Cheesecake Factory bread. So this video, I think, doesn't do as well as Ned Fulmer hopes because he just starts slinging pasta at the wall. He starts posting, can I survive fighter jet G-forces, 1,400 pounds? That's literally a title of his video. He just keeps posting more and more videos until they stick, and none of them are sticking. But then out of nowhere, after the G-Force video, Ned Fulmer posts another one where he says that he's going to be addressing the situation. And he says, okay, so this video has 100,000 views and 2,340 comments. And this is clearly being ratioed. Everyone's giving their 10 cents on everything that's going on. He says, hello, I've heard a lot of the commentary and reactions about my podcast episode with Ariel. Okay, we're gonna get into that. And I wanted to take this video to address some of them. That episode with Ariel was mostly about her story. And now in this video, I will tell you more about mine.
Oh. Okay.
He said her story. That episode only exists because you cheated on her. That's your story too. And he just keeps acting like this is something that happened to him rather than he did something. And this is crazy because, again, going back to the cheating scandal, there are pictures of him eating lunch with Alex, the producer, in New York City, going to the Harry Styles concert, making out with her in a club. People are just confused at how he's downplaying all of it. So for the fact that he's trying to downplay it, I'm going to remind you of it.
So, like, this is after 3 years, yes, right?
He comes back with a podcast episode with Ariel that we're going to get into, but I feel like a lot of people have watched it already. And
so
then
that was like the biggest shocking thing.
Yes, because even the way that he teased it. So for the past 3 years, nobody really knew if Ned and Ariel were still together. They were that gone from the internet.
Right.
And there were some sightings on the subreddit where people were saying, oh, I ran into them, I saw them at a Taylor Swift concert. So that Taylor Swift concert was a big thing because people thought that they were still together. And then other people were saying, no, I ran into Ned Fulmer at Disneyland. He didn't have his wedding band on. So there was a bunch of rumors, but nobody knew if they were still together or not. The way that he came out with this podcast, it made it seem like he and Ariel Fulmer were still together. They were going to sit down and do a weekly episode together and talk about how they're repairing their love after this entire thing. Like, that was the vibe it was giving. And a lot of people were really nervous. A lot of people on TikTok were saying, I'm literally going to fling myself outside of my bedroom window if she's staying with him. Not that they would blame her, not that anything would be wrong with it if she chose to stay with him, but they would just be sad for whatever reason because we're parasocial human beings. And no one knows why he's even coming back after the hiatus because he has no personality. So the other Try Guys, I wasn't like the biggest Try Guys fan. Not that I'm not a fan. I just didn't like watch a lot of their stuff. But I would say Zach is kind of like the goofier one. I would say Keith is like the really dad, wholesome vibe. And then Eugene is the cool guy. And then you've got Ned. I don't know what Ned is. Ned is the wife guy. I really don't know. Like he has kind of like that YouTuber, like overly enthusiastic about everything vibe. Yeah.
No, I know exactly what you mean by that.
No, you don't. You don't know.
I do. What do you mean?
You know.
What is this video?
He went from volleyball to soccer.
What is this video? That's what we want to know. See, no one talks about this part, but I need you to see this part because I didn't know what to do about this part. It just made me so uncomfortable.
What's going on? He's about to fly a jet? What is he doing?
Yeah, this guy's going to fly his jet.
You and I are going to be flying today. We're going to be tearing up the skies. I'm excited. It's really bright out here, though. Yeah. And give these a shot. Oh, are these real aviator sunglasses? They are, man. The real deal. Oh, my gosh. Whoa. Oh, hey. Like flying planes? Wow, this is exciting. This is our baby?
This is our baby? This is our baby? Also, he's wearing the fucking Zuck chain.
What is that?
Mark Zuckerberg's chain. Like, remember how Mark Zuck had the Zuck chain?
Okay.
It's the same fit as Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Right now on the ground, we're at 1G. We'll go all the way up to 8 today if you're feeling up to it. But there are some tricks to avoid passing out.
I don't know what his personality is, really. It's just like, listen, I'm overly enthusiastic for things. He's a whole other level. His whole appeal was being a family man. Also, he did graduate from Yale. I don't know where any of that went. In chemistry, too. So I don't know if IQ, EQ all went out the window, but like, it seems like it did. Nobody really cared about that. They only cared about the fact that he was one of the very few guys on the internet that was so loudly passionate about being obsessed with his wife, which unfortunately, annoyingly, is not something that you see very often. He even did an Architectural Digest home tour with Ariel. He published a cookbook with Ariel called the Date Night Cookbook. There are compilations of him saying my wife. And so for being so outwardly obsessed with his wife, though, he literally did not care about his wife at all. And I'm not even referencing the cheating scandal. Everything that he did in videos.
So it's like all a shtick. Like he did it strictly for what?
No, I just love when you like adopt English words out of nowhere. The other day, we were laying in bed and we were like bickering about something. And he said, you know how you're supposed to say, oh, on the contrary, he goes, oh no, ma'am, on the contrast. And I said, oh, sir, he said, oh, so it's a whole shtick. Say it again.
Is a stick.
No, it's literally a shtick. And it gets overshadowed. So people at the time, they kept just hearing my wife, my wife, my wife, that nobody really thought into it, but there were signs. So in the podcast that the Try Wives do, Ariel is talking about how they both had to come into the office to do something. Also, side note, people think that he was cheating on that day that she's talking about. So she says that they both had to come into the office to do like promotions for their cookbook. They drive into the office and they're driving in separate cars because she had to come in early to film a podcast, do something else. And then they have to work on this thing. And then once they're done with this thing, it's time to go home. They're really coming into the office for the same exact thing. They drive separately, they get into the office, and then once they're done, she checks the clock and it's 4:30 p.m. So she's like, okay, let's go. She packs up her stuff and she goes to him because they need to go get their kids and like it's a whole thing with the kids. Like they have the after school stuff. And he tells her, okay, yeah, I'll see you in like an hour and a half. I'm just going to finish up some work. So then she was thinking, wait, so why don't I stay and finish up some work and you go take care of the kids? Like she was talking about how it's not even a thing that's thought of. Like a lot of dads can just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to do work. They don't really think about, oh, well, if I'm working, then who's going to watch the kids? So he just kind of assumed. So that was her whole point of the story.
Okay.
Was like, it was crazy because it didn't even occur to me because it wouldn't be something I think of like, oh, I just need to finish up some work for
So
the next hour and a half.
Her story, more of the story was like, why is wife or mom the only one thinking about picking up the kids?
But then now in hindsight, people are like, what was he doing for an hour and a half in the office? While she was with the kids. Then there's a clip where Keith asks Ned, which is more important, being a loving husband or being a loving father? And he says, I think being a loving husband. So maybe he just uses all of his competency, which there's not a lot of, but he uses it all to be the best husband in the world, right? However, no. In another episode, she says that Ariel is talking about how all the guys on the tripod were talking about their wives. And Keith is the sweetest husband in the world. And the whole time he's just talking about his wife, Becky, and how she's the only reason that their house is so clean. She is the only reason that their fort is being held down. And Ariel is just waiting for Ned to talk about her. She was like, you know, I'm like, when is it my turn to give her compliments? You know, like compliments to the chef and just like showing gratefulness. But instead he complains about how she threw away his leftovers. And he phrased it like, she doesn't like meat, so she threw away his meat. But Ariel is like, no, it was fucking rotting. She's like, she even says, I love my husband. I wasn't even mad, but I was just disappointed in the whole thing. Does this mean that he's just shitty at both? Like he's shitty as a husband and a father? And then there's obviously all the other clips that aged like milk. Okay, there's compilations. Ned is doing a lie detector test and he says, I think I'm a pretty bad liar. I don't mind telling the truth even if it hurts.
I think I'm a pretty bad liar. I don't have a problem telling the truth even if it hurts.
Then he's asked if he's hiding anything from the Try Guys and he giggles. I don't think so. And the lie detector man is like, that's a lie.
Ned, are there any secrets that you're hiding from us? Don't think so.
That's a lie.
There's clips of Ned and Alex flirting on camera.
What?
It doesn't seem like super flirtatious, but now in hindsight, yeah. There's like one where they're eating crawfish and both of them say there's no food in their mouths. And
how could they cheat and then interact in front of a camera?
This is kind of nice.
Miss Ned.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Ned.
There's one where they're like eating crawfish and I think there's a competition to like, I don't know, eat the crawfish. But both of them are like, we're done. And they don't have food in their mouths, or at least that's what they're claiming. So Alex is opening her mouth, Ned is opening his mouth, and Keith is in the middle and it's like, you guys still have food in your mouth. And they're like, no, we don't. No, we don't. And he says, you guys are both such great liars.
Still chewing.
There's still food in your mouth.
Still food in your mouth. Done. You're both such liars.
Yes.
And like Keith clearly doesn't know what's going on, but he's just saying these things. And then there's another clip where Alex is filming without Ned, but she's with two of the other Try Guys. And she just says like, I miss Ned.
Miss Ned.
Miss Ned.
And I'm sure it was like an appropriate joke at the time. Maybe the other guys were like, oh, well, you didn't do this, blah, blah, blah. And they're like teasing her and she's like, oh, I miss Ned or something. And there is now also a since viral moment of Alex picking Ned for something. I forget what it was, but she was like, I choose Ned because he has a hot wife.
Ned. To Ned, because you have a hot wife.
So a lot of people are very on the fence of how to feel about Alex. I would say that a majority of people are not sympathetic towards Alex. They don't hate her like they hate Ned. Because obviously, like, Ned had kids, he was married, although Alex was in a 10-year relationship. I also think that the power imbalance, it really is bad. So Ned is not even just one of the 4 Try Guys, one of the founding members. He's also the main HR person for Try Guys. The power imbalance is crazy. And Alex is just like a producer for the Try Guys. So she's an employee, he's the boss. There's a massive power imbalance. So that's one of the reasons I think people are perhaps a little more lenient towards Alex versus Ned. Otherwise, it's insane because, I mean, she knew that he was in a relationship with kids very publicly. He knows that she's engaged with a fiance of 10 years.
Damn. Where is she now? Do we know?
No one knows.
What about like the engagement?
Oh, he broke it off.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. And then there's just other things. Like there was this video of Ned and Ariel redecorating Zach and Maggie's place. So Zach is another Try Guy and he was dating his girlfriend, now wife, Maggie. And then moved in together and they're trying to figure out how to make their living room feel like a cohesive space for both personalities. So Maggie is talking to Ned and Ariel loves decorating. And so they come in and they're going to do like a living room makeover. This video is edited by primarily Ned and then they post the video. Now, after the video gets posted, everyone is shitting on Ariel and Maggie. So Ned Fulmer's wife and Zach's girlfriend, now wife, right? So the reason that they were mainly shitting on Ariel, but they were also kind of shitting on Maggie. So basically, Zach is just talking about how he's collected a lot of knickknacks and it's just messy. Like he has a ton of magazines, he has a ton of like figurines and all this stuff that maybe he doesn't want to keep out and about. There are also mentions throughout the video that like Maggie doesn't really like clutter. Like she's very organized. She likes a space a certain way and to look clean and all these things. And so a lot of his stuff is like storaged. They did incorporate a lot of it into the shelves, but a lot of it is also like put into drawers and storage in different rooms, which I don't think is a big deal. I mean, like, I love knickknacks. I got a ton of knickknacks. I don't need them to be easily viewable to my opticals every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But because of that, everyone's like, look at Maggie, like, taking over and ruining Zach's life. Look at Ariel calling Zach's stuff stupid, which Ariel does call it stupid, but only after Zach is like, yeah, just like all my stupid stuff.
You surround yourself with stupid things because you like feeling stupid. Why don't you surround yourself with orderly, beautiful things so that you feel orderly and beautiful?
Boom.
Yeah, right.
So she's just kind of following his lead, and nothing was malicious about it. But because the internet just loves to hate on women, they were like, "F these bitches!" So they get so much hate. Zach goes rogue. Zach unlists the video. He takes it down. He doesn't even talk to the other Try Guys because this is his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So then later, the Try Guys have a documentary, the Try Doc. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it's called. It could just be the Try Guys documentary. And in that documentary, they're confronting Zach, and all the other Try Guys are mad, and they're just saying things like,
hey, no, it is the Try Guy.
oh, no, Eugene left too.
Oh, okay. I'll come again.
Okay. He'll come back.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 30 minutes, okay? He's going to have another light bulb in 30 minutes.
Okay,
He said, let me rebrand, okay? Zach is just, they're confronting him because all the other guys are saying, you can't just like take it down without even discussing it with us. Mainly Keith and Eugene are like, just don't go rogue. Like, you got to talk to us about it before you just go in there and take it down and we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then Ned says something that's crazy. He's like, well, I edited this. Like, this was my project. And honestly, it was my wife getting the brunt of the cyberbullying.
I worked for months on that project, and my wife was getting the brunt of the cyberbullying. I think that you're overreacting.
Like, Ariel was getting cyberbullied to filth in that video in the comment section. And Zach's whole approach was like, I'm not sorry about what I did because
he's trying to protect his wife, right?
He's like, this is impacting the person that I love most in this world. I'm not sorry.
Standing on business.
He said. But Ned, who's my wife, is like, I edited the video. Do you know how long it took me to edit it?
Come on, little bitch.
So when all of this starts breaking out, Try Guys don't immediately respond, but they're basically like getting him out of videos. And it's pretty clear because in one video you can hear Ned laugh, but in the rest of the video he's never present. So it's pretty obvious what they're doing. It's not like Ned just wasn't there for the filming. These are old videos they're intentionally editing him out of. And then eventually they do make a statement where they mention that they were not aware of the situation. They were made aware before all of it went public. They were handling it behind the scenes. They had to get corporate lawyers involved. I mean, I'm assuming it's very tricky because Ned was probably involved in the forming of the company. So I'm sure there's a lot of like things that they have to go through, legal hoops. I'm sure that they signed like an ironclad NDA between all four parties and just like a mess.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys.
Now, they come out with their statement. Eugene looks fucking pissed the entire time. And like, understandably. So all the other guys, they had so much going on. I think Zach and Maggie were planning their wedding and they had some other projects of their own. Keith and Becky just purchased a house and like they're losing so much money from this scandal. So they have to re-edit a bunch of things. They just had a Food Network show that was cleared. And I think at the time it was slated to come out on like a really good TV time slot. With TV, timing is everything because no one's watching TV at like 4 a.m. And then it got switched to like a time slot. And it pretty much killed all hopes of a renewed season. And then I believe Eugene was getting into films. So it was just like a really shitty timing for everyone. And it was just a mess. And then it just blew up. Like the way it blew up, I've never seen a YouTube cheating scandal blow up into the ether like that. SNL did a skit on it.
Due to the trauma we are facing, our editors are working around the clock to remove any trace of Ned from past Try Guys content.
I've never seen SNL do skits on shit like this, but even that is a whole controversial thing because Ned has a friend who worked on SNL. And so people think that the SNL thing was heavily biased towards Ned. It was less making fun of Ned and more making fun of the Try Guys and the three of them on the couch addressing the scandal.
Really?
Yeah. So it's sus. It's weird. So they come out with that statement, and then Ned confirms the cheating, and he puts out his own statement, and he used this like the same font as the Try Guys. And the Try Guys later were like, we did not plan, because people were like, well, they used the same font and they came out the same day. So they probably all like okayed the statements.
What's his statement? Like, I regret.
His statement was fucking ass. Holy shit. His statement is, family should have always been my priority, but I lost focus. Like, this motherfucker is genuinely acting like you have to lock in to not cheat. He's like, I didn't stay locked in.
He said, I forgot to save my wife today.
Yeah. So I lost focus, and I had a consensual workplace relationship. I'm sorry for any pain that my actions may have caused to the guys and the fans, but most of all to Ariel. The only thing that matters right now is my marriage and my children. That's where I'm going to focus my attention. And then just to give you more context of why this is so bad, his statement is so cold. He's just like, I lost focus. People start digging up even more about the whole relationship. And Ariel was never a public person. Ned is the reason that she even started doing podcasts, the reason that she's online. Basically, like, you're online because of me, right? I don't know if you would have chosen to be online aside from that. That's basically Ariel. And she had started opening up about her life and her insecurities. And a little bit of context, she is 2 to 3 years older than Ned. And that was something that she always felt insecure about. Ned cheats on her with a girl who is 10 years younger than him.
Whoa.
So she opened up about being pregnant, postpartum, becoming a mom. Like, she was very vulnerable about things, which not only made people love Ariel more, but also made people very angry for her. And Ned is such a shitbag. On the tripod, they have a guest that comes in, and she's talking about her age, and she says that she actually has a lot of friends that are in their 40s. And I believe she was in her 20s at the time. I don't know. But Ned blurts out rudely. She's like one of the producers. And he says, no kids, 35. Good luck fighting that biological clock.
40-year-old friends, I will say.
No kids, 35.
Rainy,
Good luck fighting that biological clock.
She doesn't want.
And so all these things are unearthed. And they all just disappear. Will deletes Alex. So Will is the fiance of 10 years, not involved with the Try Guys, not working for them. Deletes all of their pictures, engagement from online, and then just moves on. Alex, never online again. Ned and Ariel, basically never online again. And they get kicked out of the Try Guys. People think that's it. People think that is it. We get a little bit of subreddit rumors of, we saw them at Disneyland. They said that they weren't together. No, we saw them at, the Taylor Swift concert. And the only other thing that we had was right when the scandal was hitting, they had gone to couples therapy. And they had taken one car. Ned's got a fucking apple in his hand. And she even mentions this later in the podcast. And she's like, he just like needed to have a snack. So he's got an apple in one hand. Ariel has her little water bottle. And they're both wearing their wedding rings. And Ariel said that she was so awkward, she didn't know what to do. So she kept smiling because she didn't know what to do. And the paparazzi, like, she looks like she's happy to be with Ned because she's smiling. But in reality, she was just uncomfortable and awkward. People see this video, they think that they're staying together. So that was like the biggest piece of evidence. However, the two of them get into a Tesla. This is very important.
This is right after the scandal happened.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to okay.
And they get into a Tesla. And this Tesla car plate, the license plate number, is shown for like a brief second. Someone Googles this license plate number. It comes up on Twitter and Neighbor, like the Neighbor app. You know, the Neighbor, like next door or whatever, Neighbor, right? Yeah. And this is where it gets insane. So this Tesla, before the cheating scandal, someone had posted a picture of the Tesla, posted the license plate, and said that this is in a family-oriented neighborhood. This car is parked on the side of the road at 5:45 while kids and families are walking around, and there are people having sex in the car.
That's fucking crazy. When was that posted?
Months before. So it doesn't look like it was edited. I mean, if that's them, if that's true, they're breaking laws. Like, you could be arrested for that. Then nothing happens. We get no update on the car. We get no update on anything. And then suddenly in 2025, they release that they're doing a podcast together. Everyone thinks that they're still together, that they're going to have a podcast where they talk about how love wins and how you can fight for true love. And we're all going to kind of sink into our blankets and want to cut the lights on life. You know what I mean? Like it was going to be that vibe. And here's my thing. If it's Ariel's choice to stay, I support Ariel. But I do have a pet peeve, and that is when it comes to apologies, if you are not sorry, first of all, don't apologize. But more importantly, if you're still going to apologize and you're not sorry and it's a fake apology, you need to be speaking to me in 2 times speed. Like, don't give me long dramatic pauses in a fake apology to try and sell it. Like, you know and I know that you're fucking lying. Like, it needs to be quick and efficient, because if you are going to waste someone's time with a fake apology, it is your duty as the transgressor in the situation to make it as timely and as efficient, to waste as little time as possible, and I will stand by this statement.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer.
This is a podcast?
Yeah.
3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer.
I don't know why he's looking at us like that, like I did some shit. Why are you looking at me suspiciously?
It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy.
See, these pauses would piss me off. Like, imagine you were getting a fake apology and now you gotta sit through these long, lengthy, dramatic, theatrical pauses. Don't be doing this. So then he has this whole little segment where he's sitting in front of the, everyone has pointed out the very YouTuber-esque apology video, white shirt, white background, white kitchen, like very clean, modern farmhouse
Very
aesthetic.
nice lighting.
How many studio lights do you think are in here? Like 3? Because that just means like you're
better lighting than you have right now.
That just means like this is a very genuine video, you know? That's a nice fridge.
Okay.
And then they're just sitting there. And I'm so stressed. Let me tell you, when I was watching this for the first time, I was so stressed. I even recall where I was watching this. You ever like start a video and you shouldn't have started it while you're peeing because now you feel like you can't get up? You don't even want to waste a second to wipe. So then you sit there until your butt cheeks go numb, and then you're like, this really cannot be good for my health, because I'm like a 5-minute on the toilet rule. Like, I think that if you need to poo for longer than 5 minutes, you gotta wait a little longer. Go back to your desk and then wait until it's time, okay? So then I'm like one hand wiping and then like trying to put the phone down, but then also it was very stressful. So the rest of the video, they're sitting in this podcast format. And I will say it's really awkward. And there is like this very strange humming noise that persists throughout the entirety of the video. And I feel like nobody really knew where any of this is going. Like nobody understood the direction or even like the feeling, the vibe of the video. It's just silent. Clearly there's no music, and it just feels like we are intruding on a couples therapy session. However, it does make complete sense. So Ariel opens with the fact that she's only agreeing to do any sort of video because it feels like she can't even make friends. And like, whose fucking fault is that? Ned Fulmer's fault. That's whose fault, okay? She says everywhere she goes, like she can't even go out to dinner with the kids without feeling like this entire scandal is just a part of her life. She can't make friends without this scandal being a part of her life. Like, she feels like she needs to preface with like, hey, do you want to be my friend? By the way, my entire personal life is a dumpster fire. And whose fucking fault is that? Like, see, this is the problem. If I were Ariel, I would just be so petty. She's so composed. She's so beautiful. She's such a great mother and a great person. I was going to say wife, but like she was a great wife, but like a great person. And like, who cares about being a wife? I would be looking at him every 2 seconds. Like, this is your time to apologize. Because every time she would say something, it's like, holy shit, that's so devastating. Like, the last 3 years of her life were literal hell. It sounds so traumatizing. She can't go anywhere. She can't make friends. She lost friends. She said that at one point she became a completely different person because she couldn't trust anybody. She couldn't trust the public. There were paparazzi chasing her. She couldn't trust her husband. She couldn't trust her friends. She couldn't trust anyone. Like, she was losing her mind, basically. And whose fault is that? And there were so many times where he just doesn't apologize. I think there was like one time where he says like, oh, I'm sorry that my actions led to all of this. But every single time she says stuff like this, he's sitting here like nodding and he's like, yeah, that must have been such a big loss. Whose fault is that? It's his fault. It's so crazy. Oh my gosh, even my screen is over it. Whose fault is that? It's his fault. She also talks about, there's this one crazy part though, where they're talking about how she can't even make friends. And he says, he tries to relate to her about how he can't make friends either. And he's like, sometimes I'll meet people on Insta and they'll be like, let's exchange Instagrams. And he does this voice and he's like, okay, well, here's my Instagram, but a few caveats. 1, I might have a lot more followers than you expect. And 2, my personal life is a dumpster fire. And 3, don't Google me.
Made new friends or kind of introduced myself to strangers. It's like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
right?
Here's mine, but couple of caveats. 1, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. 2, all of this is pretty outdated. And 3, don't Google me.
Like also he does, there's another part where people think that he weaponizes therapy talk a lot, where he almost acts like this is a thing that happened to Ariel, but he had no part in it. It's like very third party, like, sorry, that must have been so hard for you. It's like, bitch, you're the reason though. You are the reason though. And then she even explains, that was another thing that she explained. She was like explaining how she wants to do this because also there's so much shame. Even the way she found out, she describes in this podcast how she had been sent a picture. I'm assuming it's the picture where they're not making out. And because her brain just refused to believe that he's having an affair, she thought his sister was in New York City and then he was hanging out with his sister. So she was asking him like, why is your sister in New York City? And that's when he looks guilty. And she's like, holy shit. Okay, clearly he's having an affair. So she's like, he had just picked her up from the airport. She was like, turn the car around, take me back to the airport. Because she's like, I'm going to leave again, I think to go be with her family. And he was like, that's just not how I remember it happening.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember it happening like that, but it doesn't matter.
And she's like, then how the did it happen, basically? Then you tell me how it happened. She's like, how do you remember it happening? He's like, it wasn't that immediate. Like, you were asking me questions, and then I told you who and how it happened, and then you were like, take me back to the airport. And I'm sitting here like, that's exactly how she described it. I don't understand that whole point. I don't know what point he was making. I don't know. And then he said that there was almost like a relief once... I hate when people say that. I hate when people say that. He said there was almost a relief once he told her so that he didn't have to hide anything from her again. But she's like, you're not fucking therapy speaking me. Really? Let me fucking tell you. And she says, and this is so, I didn't even think of it like this. There are so many moments in here. She like wows people with her ability to grasp what happened in a way that does not sound like therapy speak, in a way that feels like it would resonate with a lot of people or partners who have been cheated on, because she explains partners will feel relief when they come clean, and you just have to accept it as a partner. And she's explaining like all that guilt and shame of the affair, suddenly your partner has to take it on. And she also explains like how in society, oftentimes when the man cheats, a lot of people will kind of think or even side eye or straight up ask like, what was the woman not doing in the relationship? Or like, what did she do to cause him to want to cheat? And then she was just saying like, it's crazy because I didn't even do anything. Like, I did not take part in any of this. Like, those were your actions. Yeah. And then the minute that she found out about it, she felt a lot of shame and guilt.
Interesting.
So he feels relief, and then all of that comes onto her. And she's like, don't even try to make it seem like you feel relief because you can come clean. It's relief because you're putting that shame and guilt onto me.
Wow.
And so, you know, he says, he hits her with this has gone viral. He hits her with I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position.
And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. It's certainly not true.
What? Yeah, because she had mentioned in society, like sometimes women are like, but that was just like a tiny part of the entire thing that she was saying.
Yeah.
And she says he says it's certainly not true. And no, it's not something that I imagined, as I was doing that. I think none of it was. If you really let it sink in just how much you're hurting your partner and how devastating it is, like how could you do that? It's still very difficult now, even 3 years later, to see you in pain as you're talking about it. I mean, I guess there's nothing that I can do to change the past or to help.
Is it audacity? Is it like, how could you just cheat so publicly too?
I think he feels victimized by the consequences. I think because he had a traumatic experience with the consequences, he feels like a victim of trauma. When in reality, those are just the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, and just the action itself is so shocking.
Yeah, and also it's like, maybe I would understand the mental hoops that he's going through more if it was like a super private affair. I don't think I would agree with how he feels, but like maybe I could understand the train of thought a little bit more. But it was like you were the one that was so public about it.
Yeah.
And then you're getting upset that the public destroyed you for destroying your family.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. But people were commenting like he so desperately wants to be the victim of his own crime that he perpetrated.
Exactly.
Like that's the vibe that he gives. And he even asks the most dumbass questions I've ever heard in my entire life, okay? He asks her, how did having it become such a public scandal kind of change everything for you? Did it make it worse? Did it make it easier? Did it just sort of make it surreal?
How did having it become such a public scandal change everything for you? Did it make it worse? Did it make it easier? Did it just sort of make it surreal?
What? In what world? After you just listened to her talk for 30 minutes, in what world do you think it would have made it easier?
That's fucking crazy.
Be for real. And then at the end, Ariel is just asking Ned about what his plans are for the channel. And this is where we get his infamous. He's like, I just have the desire to create and tell stories.
I have a desire to create and to tell stories.
And what's her reaction?
And she's like nodding. Okay. No, it gets crazy. Okay. And he's like, but I don't really want it to be about myself as a character or myself or my relationship or my personal life. And she's like, I've always been drawn to like something about what makes people curious and finding ways of connecting myself with their interest. So I don't know. I see myself more as like a host, more as just like a vehicle for other people's stories. I don't know. Maybe I can because of what I've gone through in my past and connect with people and empathize with people. And at this point, she's kind of like laughing. She's kind of like, and then he's like, what? And she hits him with the most iconic line. And I'm just waiting for the moment to use this on someone, but I have no one I hate. Okay. She goes, you think you're interesting enough?
What?
No, I don't know. I'm just. You think you're interesting enough?
That's insane.
She was like laughing the whole time he's explaining his plans, and she goes, "You think you're interesting enough?"
That's so iconic. And what did he say?
No, I don't. I don't.
But he's still doing this.
He's still doing this. And this channel, before this was posted, had 66,000 subscribers. So a lot of people thought 66,000 people subscribed for this podcast so they wouldn't miss this episode. No. This podcast was their parenting podcast before he renamed it Rock Bottom with Ned Fulmer.
So it was an old channel. Okay.
Yeah, and it was all about parenting. It was called Baby Steps, and then he renamed it Rock Bottom with Ned Fulmer, deleted all the old videos, and then posted these.
Bruh. So what is it going on right now on this channel?
He's like interviewing a bunch of other people that have
So it's still ongoing, like
yeah,
a weekly podcast?
Yeah, I think some of them are getting like 4,000 views an episode. He's interviewing other people that have been canceled or had been big part of like big problematic situations, and people are kind of theorizing that his next step is going to go into like the alt-right pipeline, Like you go so anti-cancel culture that you become like maybe a super alt-right.
That is crazy. This is not the rock bottom. He's like getting new bottoms.
He's like digging the bottom.
Yeah.
He's like, where is the core of the earth? Even Wendy's commented on a TikTok.
Wendy's?
The fast food chain.
Okay.
Oh, now it's society's fault, huh, Ned? And so the comments under that read, if Ned Fulmer has no haters, Wendy's is dead. Okay, another comment reads, have you considered a journal? Other comments read, her visceral disgust with him the entire podcast episode is so incredible. I love her so much, and I'm so glad that she kicked him to the curb. I also think that she has her own pottery studio now, and she has a online website where you can buy her pottery, and it's beautiful. I'm going to link it below. But like, I love Ariel. The way that something about this podcast episode, I don't know what I was expecting. And no matter what I was expecting, like, I think everyone went in there already wanting to support Ariel, but the way that she composed herself, the way that she was able to articulate her feelings in a way that would resonate with other people who had gone through such traumatic experiences, while simultaneously dragging him and I don't want to say belittling him because that sounds like a mean thing to do,
really
but like
classy about it. Huh?
Yes, she's just very composed, and she's not hitting below the belt. She's not being mean. She's asking really valid questions. Like when you do start a YouTube channel, you should ask yourself, am I interesting enough? Like maybe I should think about that, okay? Like she's asking all the right questions. It's not too mean. It's just genuine, but also like so humiliating for Ned that it's... She's incredible. So I'm going to leave a link to her pottery studio. And there was one sad part where she says that she doesn't want to be online, really. Also, like, I think she mentioned having self-image and just she doesn't want to try to live up to society's standards, which I think is fucking Ned's fault.
There is another standard of beauty for people who are on the internet. And I don't want to hold myself to that standard anymore.
I agree. Society's standards on women is unrealistic and it sucks. And like being online definitely does not help. Like it shocks. Okay. However, I think the way she says it is just shitty. It feels like maybe she had gotten comments. And then the fact that like she already felt a little insecure with certain aspects of her life and maybe her own self-image, which a lot of us feel insecure, but like the fact that this probably made it worse. Not because it meant anything, but like our brains like to do weird things. But like fuck Ned, okay? And he's still on here, still posting videos, still posting podcasts, still posting on the Ned Fulmer channel. And I'm just so confused. I've never been more confused in my life. I mean, he has a Yale degree. Why can't he get a job? That's what a lot of netizens are also confused about.
Why doesn't he just go get a job?
Yeah. Why doesn't he just go get a job? You don't have to be a public figure. A lot of people were saying, like, you really don't have to be a public figure. Like, that's not part of healing. That's not part of anything. Like, you don't have to put this fake healing process online either. Like, he feels obligated to be online. And everyone's like, no, trust me. Journaling would really do you wonders at this point.
This is probably the worst comeback
of life.
Like, you can think of like 10 different ways. How is he going to return?
Yeah.
But this is like the worst way.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And he's still going on, and there are allegations and conspiracies that he's buying views. I feel like he really could have, maybe there could have been like a forgiveness arc perhaps, but I think all of his videos so far just have this air of just, ugh. It's like he doesn't feel different. He doesn't feel remorseful. He doesn't sound like he truly gets why the internet fucking hated him and how he fucked up everybody. He didn't even just fuck up his family. He fucked up the Try Guys and all the employees of Try Guys. Also because like you're putting the entire business at risk when you are in a relationship with someone who is your employee. I will say the one thing that people feel sympathy for Alex is that with Ned, he made a lot of money probably from Try Guys. He also has like a Yale degree. It seems like he comes from like a well-off background. I'm not sure of Alex's background. Maybe she got a payout from the Try Guys with an NDA. I don't know. There were some speculations of that online, but I think the one thing that people feel bad about is like both of them had the same crime. His is worse because of the power imbalance, but maybe she got the worst end of the stick from those two, not from everyone involved. I mean, neither of them are victims per se, but out of the two.
Wow.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on this case? This situation? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one.